Greetings everyone, I am RSV, and this is my recap video for the NGS Headline. First off, we have the New Year's event. The New Year's event seems to be a bit like the Christmas event we got, full of a lot of nothing, which is kind of unfortunate in my eyes. I think that we should have gotten a full event for both Christmas and New Year's, but it is what it is. I think that if we had the mischief symbols on enemies, it'd be a lot better received when people are actually going around and actually killing things. Now, the other thing they teased for that same release date, which was the 1st of the 1st, 2022, was the AC scratches. And I say scratches and not scratch, because the way they worded it sounds like they're dropping 4 Redux scratches on the 1st, which is kind of ludicrous. They haven't teased enough to make me think there's actually 4 Redux scratches, but we'll have to wait and see. So take that part for grain of salt, that there may be 4 scratches on the 1st. Kind of ludicrous, I know. 1st of the 12th, 2022. We get the winter event first half, and honestly, just your typical event from last year again. But this time around, I don't really mind as much. I don't mind that there's not really anything tied to it. Stellar Grace is included in this event, so we will be getting Stellar Grace on the 19th, but I don't mind that this is just a simple event. We'll be getting wind weapons, which is actually kind of amazing. All the dolls in Retum are weak to wind. So yeah, I am excited for this, and there's a bunch of accessories and stuff to farm out. It's just something to do for a bit of Masetto. Yeah, I like it. Also on this dating pairing, we have the AC Scratch Quaint Ensemble. The Quaint Ensemble Scratch is interesting. It has what could be cast parts on it. Now, I'm not going to get any cast hurts up, but it does indeed look like we have 2 sets of cast parts on this scratch, and that is fairly amazing. Though, again, take it for grain of salt, they look like cast parts, they might not be. They could just be set wear, which would be disappointing. Otherwise, the motion mini glider looked interesting. There are some ninja emotes to complete your ninja look. There's mask-based option, which is pretty interesting. There's some more customization options for everyone in there. 1st of the 19th of the 22nd, Winter Stellar Grace. Now, I mentioned this before, we are getting Winter Stellar Grace variants, but these ones have SG in them. I think the Stellar Grace system was already pretty amazing. I am excited, and I think you should be too. More SG is a great thing, especially with the SG Scratch dropping on the same day. The SG Scratch Resolute Warrior is basically the Retum version of the original Alio Scratch. We do have male cast part on it, but yeah, new SG Scratch, can't really say much else on it. Moving on to the 1st of the 26th of the 22, we got Winter Part 2. I think we are getting new accessories in this, and they're just refreshing the item shop by the looks of things, giving us new daily quests to do. I'm gonna note on this isn't a review video, but I need to say this, I'm kinda disappointed that they haven't reskinned Retum, at least a little bit, because that's where we're going to be hanging out most of the time, and it hasn't gotten a winter update, it hasn't gotten a Christmas update, it hasn't gotten a New Year's update. They're focusing all their attention on Alio, and I feel like that's wasted. They should have brought Alio up to speed if they wanted to do this, and I think that they've just wasted an opportunity there. But otherwise, I'm really happy with these events. The wind weapons will be really fun. Most enemies were wind to start with, and now more enemies are going to be wind. So yeah, I'm really loving the wind techs as well, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Next up, we have the AC Scratch Edgy Underworld with some sci-fi streetwear. Got nothing really to say about it. I like the jacket the female outfit has. I'll definitely be picking up the Motion Landing Frozen. Now we have the February teasers. Now, the first one, I'm sure everyone saw coming. We have concerts coming in February. Hooray. Natara and her band, made up of 2 casts, are now going to be doing concerts in Retum. I am excited for concerts to be returning. I think a lot of people are excited for concerts to be returning. I do hope that he does visit Alio, but we'll have to wait and see. There was one other teaser for February, and that was, wait for it, Dark Falls Elder returning. Now, I need to state that it's not really Elder, but I can see why people were joking in the stream feed about it being an Elder. It is definitely a handsy boy, and I actually do think that it could be an NGS version of Elder. And thematically, if it is, actually we should be very excited. Moving on to the questions that players asked and their answers. Players asked, rarity of battle triggers increased that way that we got the rare drop sound on them so that way we didn't miss them. They have answered in a way that is very important, I feel, separating armors, weapons, and triggers into different categories, because as it stands right now, getting a 4-star weapon in that rare drop is a big letdown, and I think that if they floated it further, oh, it's just a trigger. Oh, it's just a trigger. It doesn't feel good, and I don't think it would feel good if it was like that. I hope they give you the option to turn off these drops, especially for units, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm very happy the approach they're going. I just hope that they add more customizability to it, add a cutoff so that way 4-star weapons aren't being like teased, so that way you can set it so it only goes off for 5-star weapons and triggers. Like, just more customizability with it would be nice. Party perks and party expansion. Now, I was under the impression that the game already gave you 10% try boost for being in a party, but actually party features were one of my biggest complaints. The game feels very antisocial at the moment. For example, in base game, you could carry people into advanced quests and level them up very quickly as a high player. There isn't really something you can do that in NGS. Sure, you can take them into the combat zones when they're level 20, 26, 25 and carry them through the zones, but they scale everything up by being near them, so it doesn't really work as well. It just takes longer and doesn't work as well. So I think that they need to have more party features and just like have more party-minded things in mind. Yeah, I think that this is a very good start, and I think that they need to keep adding to the party features and just include quests that support parties and scale in a way that doesn't increase difficulty, so that way people can use those bits of content to level people up. Battle triggers are rare and battle TR are difficult to complete, so I don't want battle TR included on limited tasks. Now, I actually disagree with this heavily, especially considering that you complete the mission just by timing it out. So you don't actually need to complete the trigger to get that gauge, you just need for it to time out. So the people that did say it's too difficult, they haven't actually tried to do the content. Now, if you're in the camp where you're just not getting the purple triggers, I can understand that more, because the purple triggers are a fairly rare drop, and I do think the change where they're going to give us 5 is a really good thing, especially considering then if you have a group of 4 that you're going to do it with, you have 4 runs right there because you've been given them, and I think that's really strong. But yeah, it's a mixed bag. And then the final point was news on Summoner. And basically, this news confirms that Summoner was pushed back so that way they could make more content. And I think this was a good thing overall. I think it was really good that they did push Summoner back for more content, because content is more important than Summoner. But Summoner is also content because it's a new weapon set to play with and new mechanics to play with. But that depends on if you wanted to play Summoner in the first place. So I guess it doesn't cater to everyone. There's a big list of issues there. And finally, we have the survey result. Hello, Future Ours here. I decided not to talk about the statistics early in this recap video because I ended up reviewing what the statistics meant rather than just showcasing them. I will be making a video on the statistics of the surveys themselves later on. I'll be sure to put a timestamp of when the next part starts, so please bear with this if you want to skip forward to the campaigns. Moving on, we have the campaign. Really explanatory. There's a login campaign, you get special scratch ticket and 250 SG. Retum release celebration campaign, year-end arc support campaign, complete limited time tasks to get items including augment capsules and special scratch tickets, a party play campaign, enhancement support campaign, so it's easier to enhance stuff, and that's until the 5th. This all drops on Wednesday, by the way. And then a Happy New Year bundle in the AC shop. 2 item bundles will be available starting on the 1st. One is a set of heady items that comes with a new bonus stamp, and the other is a bundle of boost items. Otherwise, there is the fantastic AC campaign. Spend up to 3000 AC to get stuff. You will get 500 AC, you get a sticker, and a Sodom battle music track for a base game. Those who spend 1500 AC or more during the campaign will receive an AIS suit snow outfit, as displayed on the right. Those who spend 3000 or more AC during the campaign will receive a emote, Enthusiastic Spectator. And everything except for the Soda Battle Music disc will be available on the NGS personal shop. I hope my NGS headline recap was useful to you. Please consider commenting below and leaving a like. If you have any questions about the headline, please also feel free to ask them. I have been RSV. If you liked my video, please consider subscribing. Otherwise, I will see you next time.